Hi, Piper.
Oh, hi. I didn't expect you so soon.
So, you must meet a lot of men here at the thing store.
I meet my fair share, but I don't kiss and tell.
Well, I wasn't asking for the intimate details of your sex life.
Then where is this conversation going?
I'm just curious about your customer profile, that's all.
I have male and female customers.
Do your company rules allow you to flirt with your customers?
I don't know. Who's gonna stop me from flirting?
How about that lady over there, lurking on the floor?
Which lady? The new supervisor? She doesn't know her ass from a hole in the ground.
Did you know Mr. Bogdanov was a recent immigrant?
Oh, so that's why he talked funny and wore those ill-fitting clothes.
I suppose. He immigrated from Russia 3 years ago. Didn't you know?
No, I didn't. I never would have thought I would work for someone from a rogue state.
There are many immigrants in this town, you know. Adrianopolis is a border city.
I guess I never gave him a second thought. Oh well.
Do you think Mr. Bogdanov had any business deals to take care of in Russia?
How would I know? He never shared his business plans with us.
Can you think of any reason why he might have gone there?
Maybe his main squeeze was there, if you know what I mean.
You think he would go all the way to a rogue state for sexual interests?
Well, we all know he wasn't getting enough of it here, that's for sure.
What do you mean? How can you be so sure?
Oh, come on. His actions clearly showed that he was a man in need.
Of?
You mean I have to spell it out for you? S-E-X.
When was the last time Mr. Bogdanov went to Russia?
Went to Russia? How the heck would I know?
Come on. He might have mentioned a trip or something.
Can't say that I recall any mention of Russia. However, now that I think about it, some of his Russian buddies might have stopped in here before.
Why do you think they were Russian?
Oh, you know, the way they talked funny, and again, those ill-fitting suits, and of course, those penetrating stares. I felt like they were undressing me with their eyes.
So, what would Mr. Bogdanov do with his buddies?
He would have such a visitor, say once or twice a month. He always took the individual upstairs to his office and closed the door. But I didn't think anything of it, because he was so weird anyway.
Did Mr. Bogdanov have any enemies?
Yeah, I suppose Ms. Taylor was one of his enemies.
Ms. Taylor? Tell me more about Ms. Taylor.
She's our cleaning woman. She couldn't stand Mr. B, because he left a mess everywhere.
Oh, I was thinking of somebody a bit more threatening. Somebody who was angry enough to kill Mr. Bogdanov.
You mean the gossip isn't true? They really didn't kill him for his flesh?
No, young lady. He was not killed for his flesh or his internal organs, okay? Oh, I gotta go now. Piper, I need to leave at once. There's an urgent matter.
Suit yourself. You know where to find me.
Bye for now. I will come back soon.
Bye.
Darn. Interrupted again. These foreign visitors of Bogdanov's. It's not very typical for a recent immigrant to receive visitors like that. I wonder what they were up to. That must be Ms. Shaw. Hello, Ms. Shaw. My name is Phoenix Wallace. I'm a senior peace officer here at the center. I will be conducting your security screening interview. Did I say your name right?
You did, Officer Wallace.
Okay, good. Now, I'm going to give you a small brief about the procedure.
Please.
You are here today because you passed all necessary tests required for you to become a World Union citizen.
Uh-huh.
And I am here to evaluate your citizenship application from a security perspective.
Yes, I will try to be as helpful as possible, Officer Wallace.
Oh, thank you very much. Shall we start?
Certainly.
Can you tell me anything about your biological family?
No, not really. I was found abandoned when I was 3.
Just like me.
Excuse me?
I was an abandoned child, too.
Really? Where?
Here, in Adrianopolis.
Don't tell me it was during the Eastern bloodbath.
It was. How come you know about the bloodbath?
At the academy, of course, during one of the regional history classes.
Oh, all right. Tell me about conditions in India.
What can I say? Pain, suffering, and hunger, crime, all over the place.
And you've seen it all?
I've lived it all. There were so many nights in my life that I didn't have food before going to sleep or any proper shelter.
I just cannot picture that.
Well, I survived it all. As an old great philosopher once said, anything that doesn't kill you will make you stronger.
He was certainly right. What do you understand from a profitable commitment?
I understand that it is the underlying economical principle of the World Union's success.
Well, there's much more to World Union success than just the economic principle. Our Constitution, the final bill, has 10 articles.
Oh, of course. But without the right financial system, everything would just fall apart.
I suppose you have a point there. Can you elaborate on your understanding of economical commitment?
Certainly. To make the economical system work, one needs to buy items as cheap as possible and never sell them below cost for any reason.
Textbook definition. Very good. Do you believe it?
Yes, I understand that. The world depends on the applications of these principles. Otherwise, the system would just stop.
Yes, it would. Did you live economically in your previous life?
Not really. I was on scholarship most of my life, and that's how I got to college.
Oh, don't be unfair to yourself. There's nothing wrong with a deserved scholarship.
I suppose not.
What was the worst thing about the Immigration Academy?
The price I had to pay.
Oh, you mean the tuition fee?
Yes, I had to save for 6 years while running on empty, basically.
How did you earn the money?
I did bad things, including hacking.
Hacking? As in computers?
Yes, I had to do something, officer. I was so tired of drifting from place to place. There's no other way to accumulate all that money.
How did you find hacking jobs?
Through the internet. Most of my customers never met me.
And you never used your real name, right?
Never. I was known as the Ghost.
Did you ever take part in a riot?
No, but I was exposed to one.
You were? Where?
In Bombay. There was a big riot in 2023.
I think I heard about that riot. It was dubbed the Quiet Riot, right?
Yes, but it was anything but quiet.
How do you mean? I thought the rebels moved very quietly, and that's why it was dubbed the Quiet Riot.
They were quiet, all right, but not their victims. I can still hear the screams of the victims. It constantly echoes in my head, impossible to forget.
How did you survive it?
I was luckily out of their way. They did not try to enter the building I was in.
Who were they, anyway?
Nobody ever knew. They only acted in dark and vanished during the day. There were even rumors that they were actually extraterrestrials.
How did you feel after the riot?
I made up my mind then. I was very young, but I knew I didn't want to live in India.
What age were you?
Just 15.
Wow, you don't show your age at all.
I would attribute that to yoga. It was the only thing that kept me alive.
I suppose that you were lucky that you were armored with yoga.
I feel very fortunate.
Why did you really decide to immigrate to the World Union?
For a peaceful, better life, of course.
Any other motives?
I am a really tired person, Officer Wallace. And all I need is some peace and comfort.
Life in the Union can be very demanding. Do you possess enough motivation to survive here? Your exhaustion can be a problem.
I am a survivor officer and a hard worker. I am also very skilled in the computer field. I am sure I will add to the Union society, not take.
You're a loner. I'm worried that you may find it difficult to adjust to the social intercourse here in the Union.
My advisor in the academy had similar concerns, but I was able to convince her otherwise.
Would you be willing to get psychiatric help if necessary?
Why would I need such a thing? I learned about all rules of etiquette.
Well, learning rules is one thing, applying them another. You may experience difficulties.
Well, I would consider it if necessary.
Do you believe you need psychiatric help to fit in the Union?
Well, I am not sure, but I would certainly get help if I need it.
I need an answer. Do you think you need it or not?
I think I do.
Yes, that is what I think too.
Does this mean I failed the test?
No, it does not. Not yet. I believe you were a complete social outcast.
No, I was not. I had to stay away to survive.
Don't lie to me, Rana. The devices show it when you lie. I think you will have a very difficult time fitting in the Union society.
I doubt that, Officer Wallace.
You lived alone all your life. How can you socially fit in? You need to engage in social intercourse to stay clear of any neurosis.
I am not neurotic. And you know that.
Not yet. And I'm not sure how you are not neurotic after all you've been through.
As I said, yoga can do wonders.
You're lying.
Why should I lie?
To hide the truth, of course.
What truth?
Your true motive to come here. You claim you have degrees, but cannot verify any schooling. You did not bring any documents. But you create miracles with computers.
All of my records were lost. I was a hacker.
Even that we cannot verify. You claim your nickname on the net was The Ghost. I checked our criminal files about internet. Nobody ever heard of The Ghost. But everybody knows about the Mirage.
The what? Oh.
I know a lot about computer-related crimes. I even made profiles for hackers such as you. You know what? The profile of this notorious hacker called Mirage fits you perfectly.
No.
Rana Shaw, or whatever your real name is. Are you the Mirage?
No, I am not.
I can see when you lie. There's no point in lying. Admit who you are.
Yes, I am the Mirage.
Okay, Mirage. What is your real purpose for immigrating? Is this part of a plot against our system?
No, I repented my hacker's days.
You are most certainly lying. I have enough about you, Mirage. You are most certainly a threat to the World Union Society. I formally declare that you failed the security screening. You will be arrested and sent to one of our rehab centers as suggested in Article 10 of our Constitution. After your treatment there, you will be permanently deported from the World Union and never will be allowed back here again. You are a sick person and terrorist. After your treatment, you will be turned over to the Indian government. I believe a jail sentence is waiting for you there. Although I find jailing a barbaric tactic, you are one of the few who really deserve it. Goodbye, Mirage. My word! Mirage! Never thought I would come face to face with one of those cyber terrorists. No, I've had enough of that dangerous creep. He is of no use to my investigation. Hello, Katie. How are you doing now?
I'm doing better, I guess. I'm still shaken.
Can I ask you some more questions?
Certainly.
Katie, I need your opinion about Mr. Bogdanov's recent erratic behavior. I know you told me before. It is not your domain, but unfortunately, we do not have Mr. Bogdanov around to make this assessment with anymore. I need your help.
I told you I cannot help you. Why don't you go and talk to his therapist?
I already have. She did not experience the irrational behavior, so she could not help me.
You're forcing me to make an opinion on something that I'm not authorized for.
I will not add it to my report as an expert opinion. I really need your help here.
Okay, I'll do what I can. I think his behavior could be best described as hyper-emotional and aggressive behavior. It seemed like he had no control over his feelings. And these extreme feelings were the driving force behind his aggressiveness.
Do you think he had a problem fitting in?
I suspect he was not completely comfortable here. I think he was lacking self-confidence. I tried to help him improve his self-confidence, but his physical appearance discouraged him.
But you loved him, nevertheless.
Of course. He was so much in need of love and acceptance. Like a little boy. Oh, I miss him already.
I've taken enough of your time today, Kati. We can continue later.
Sure. As you wish.
Thanks for your help.
Glad to be of service to the system.
So, Bogdanov had no control over his feelings and acted aggressive? Hyper-emotional and aggressive? She asked me to call first. I don't want to make her even more emotional. Gladys said that she'll call when Mr. Arnett is available. It's getting late, and I'm beat. Time to head home. Gladys said that she'll call when Mr. Arnett is available. Gladys said that she'll call when Mr. Arnett is available.
Hi, Piper.
Oh, hi. I didn't expect you so soon.
Did you think Mr. Bogdanov had a problem fitting in?
What do you mean? Fitting in the elevator?
No, you smart aleck. Socially fitting in the World Union. Remember, he was a recent immigrant?
In that case, yes. He stuck out like a sore thumb. And now, I know the reason.
Can you elaborate how he had a so-called fitting in problem?
He was just a total geek. Dull, unsophisticated, and furthermore, unattractive. In my book, 3 strikes and you're out.
Ooh, aren't we harsh today?
You asked the question, you wanted the answer, Ms. Wallace.
Do you think Mr. Bogdanov's business was going well?
Yeah, he seemed to be rolling in the dough.
What makes you say that?
Recently, Mr. B had a newly developed tendency to brag about the places he went.
Recently? When?
Can't be specific, but let's just say that during the last 2 months, he has become arrogant and suddenly very confident.
You also mentioned places he bragged about.
Yeah, he was always dropping names about the fancy restaurants where he dined, or the clubs where he hung out here in the pyramid, like the Stardust La-Di-Da.
You think these were signs of a successful business?
Sure. How could the signs be any clearer?
Do you think Mr. Bogdanov was happy in the Union?
He appeared happy to me.
Can you be more specific, Ms. Piper?
Well, what I mean to say is that he smiled and he laughed, and he told his stupid jokes. So yes, he seemed happy, Ms. Phoenix.
Oh, that's right. Your first name is Piper, isn't it? Where did you get a name like Piper, anyhow?
You're the detective, Ms. Wallace. Your guess is as good as mine.
To your knowledge, was Mr. Bogdanov involved in any other business ventures?
He kept mentioning some art consultancy deal with some artist guy.
Do you know if this art consultancy was going well?
That's what he kept saying. His newly acquired status wasn't from the thing store sales, that's for sure.
How can you be so sure?
'Cause I am a sales clerk, and I know our sales curve has been very flat in the last quarter.
You don't sound convinced about this art consultancy deal.
What can I say? Mr. B didn't seem to have a background in art at all. He certainly wasn't the artsy-fartsy type.
So, let's hear your theory about his sudden wealth.
My theory? I think there was something fishy going on. I saw one of his foreign buddies bring in some stuff that we never displayed in the store. The boxes were taken straight up to his office.
What do you think was in those boxes?
Don't ask me. We weren't told anything about those boxes, and we were never welcomed in Mr. B's office in the upper level. Unless, of course, we were willing to...
Willing to what?
Never mind.
Tell me what you do know about those boxes.
I have no idea what was inside those boxes, but I overheard something about customers renting their contents.
And which customers are you referring to?
The ones he would take up to his office, and later he would tell us that he had just made some big art consultancy deal. Ha! My foot! He was lying through his teeth.
I think I have all I need from you. You've been a great help, Piper. Thank you, and goodbye.
Bye!
Finally, I was able to get some useful information from somebody at the thing store. I think it's time to report my findings to Chief Morrison.
I have some important facts to discuss, Chief. Piper Darlington told me that Bogdanov's newly acquired wealth couldn't have been from Thing Store sales. She insists that the sales curve of the store had been flat in the last quarter. Moreover, Piper isn't convinced about Bogdanov's art consultancy business at all.
Is that right? So, does Miss Piper have a theory about Bogdanov's wealth?
As a matter of fact, she does. Piper claims that Bogdanov's art consultancy can be a cover for something else.
Such as?
Evidently, some of Bogdanov's foreign buddies had brought some merchandise to the store. This merchandise was never displayed. Apparently, these boxes were taken straight up to Bogdanov's office.
Does Piper know what was inside those boxes?
No, she doesn't. However, she overheard something about certain customers renting the contents of these boxes.
Which certain customers?
I don't know yet. Evidently, after taking these customers up to his office, Bogdanov would later tell everyone that he had just made a big art consultancy deal. However, Piper thinks he was lying about these deals.
Do you think he was lying?
Perhaps he was. I should visit the Thing Store's headquarters at the business district and check the store's rental figures.
Keep me posted on what you find out. I only have a little time. Continue.
Kati Stavropoulos told me that Bogdanov was not completely comfortable in the union. She thinks he was lacking self-confidence. Kati claims that she had tried to help him improve his self-confidence, but his physical appearance discouraged him.
Spare me the details, Phoenix. I want concrete facts, not pulp drama.
Oh, of course, Chief. Piper Darlington claims that Bogdanov had been consistently receiving visitors from Russia. He would have such a visitor once or twice a month. Apparently, Bogdanov always took the individual upstairs to his office and closed the door.
How does she know these people were Russian?
Piper claims that these visitors resembled Bogdanov in the way they talked and dressed. She also mentioned something about their penetrating stares. She felt as if they were undressing her with their eyes.
Penetrating stares, huh? That's an easy way of differentiating between a union man and a rogue stater.
Are you serious, Chief?
Do I look like I'm not? I wonder who these men were, and why they were visiting Bogdanov on a consistent basis.
I don't know yet, but I'll find out. I have nothing further to mention at this time. PA, add Thing Store chain headquarters at Adrianopolis Business District to my navigation map. The Things chain headquarters. Hi, I'm Senior Officer Phoenix Wallace from the Adrianopolis Peace and Security Center.
Hello, Officer Wallace. My name is Rika. How can I help you today?
Hi, Rika. I need information regarding one of your franchises.
In which franchise are you referring to, Officer Wallace?
The Thing Store here at the Pyramid.
Okay, just one moment. Our public relations officer, Mr. Richard A. Ackerman, will be pleased to speak with you.
Thank you. And how can I find Mr. Ackerman?
His office is on the 3rd floor. Please take the elevator up, and his office is on the 2nd door to your right.
Thank you very much for your help.
You're welcome. Have a nice day, Officer Wallace.
Hello, Mr. Ackerman. I'm Senior Officer Phoenix Wallace from the Adrianopolis Peace and Security Center.
Welcome, Officer Wallace. How can I help you today?
I'm investigating the murder of Mr. Vasily Bogdanov, and I have a few questions for you.
Sure. Anything to help. What a tragic incident.
Can you tell me about the things that were rented from your Adrianopolis store in the last 2 months?
Sure. But there isn't much to tell because we have no rental policies.
So, your franchises can never rent the things in their stores?
Never. We only have sales and leasing policies.
Are you sure?
Of course. It's all written in our company rules book.
Thank you. I'm sorry, but I have to leave now.
Sure, as you wish.
Thanks for all your help.
Anytime, Officer Wallace.
No rental policy at the Thing Store. Now, what might Mr. Bogdanov be renting out to these affluent customers? And why behind closed doors?
I don't need to talk to her anymore. I don't need to talk to her.
She asked me to call first. I don't want to.
Hello, Katie. How are you doing now?
I'm doing better, I guess. I'm still shaken.
Can I ask you some more questions?
Certainly.
Did you encourage him to see a therapist about your recent quarrels?
As a matter of fact, I asked him to have joint sessions with a therapist of his choice, at my expense. But he said it wasn't necessary.
Did you seek help from your therapist?
Yes, I was very anxious to straighten the problem out. But my therapist was unable to help without Vasily's presence as well.
Did your quarrels center around anything specific?
No, the topics were never consistent. In the recent month, he became so volatile and unpredictable. He would start shouting for the stupidest reasons.
He was actually shouting at you?
Yes, but I truly believe it was beyond his control. He used to be so nice.
Why did you choose to become a teacher?
Well, it was my advisor who discovered my paternal and nurturing skills and encouraged me to become a teacher. And I've been very pleased with my choice. How about you? Why did you become a peace officer?
Oh, it is a very long story. Let me just say, Ms. Rottenmeier had a lot to do with it.
In what way?
She told me I had extraordinary analytical skills, but lacked the persuasive skills to become a successful business executive. In plain English, I have a low emotional quotient. I suppose I could have been a good scientist if I had a high enough intelligence quotient.
Don't be so hard on yourself, sweetheart. I'm sure you're really good at what you do. Our system ensures that every citizen finds the right job to fulfill their potential.
During your quarrels, was he still using politically correct manners?
No, he would shout at me. as if he'd forgotten everything he'd learned at the Immigration Academy. Then he would mumble in Russian. I think he even may have been cursing at me.
As in foul language?
Yes. To think that my Vasily could stoop to such low levels. I had to stop seeing him.
I think I have all the information I need from you about my case, Kati. Thanks for all your time.
Glad to be of service to the system.
If I didn't know better, I would say that Mr. Bogdanov was going totally wacko. But that's not possible in our tranquil system. Besides, it would show on his quarterly psychological evaluation. Gladys said that she'll call when Mr. Arnett is available. She asked me to call first. I don't want to make her even more emotional. No, I've had enough of that dangerous creep. He is of no use to my investigation. It's closed. I don't need Kati's help anymore. It's getting late, and I'm beat. Time to head home. What should I wear? Hello, Fabian. It's me again.
Oh, welcome back, Officer Wallace.
It seems to me that you and Mr. Bogdanov got along very well and had a lot to talk about.
I guess you can say that, Officer Wallace. You was a good customer and a great person.
How can you tell he was a great person?
He was always very warm and friendly. Also, he was very generous, if you know what I mean. By the way, Miss Wallace, excuse me for not asking earlier, would you care for a refreshing cocktail?
I guess I could. It's a good time for a cocktail.
Yes, it is. I suggest our special of the day.
Which is?
Our new fabulous mix called Sunset at Sarasota.
Sounds intriguing. I'll take one.
With pleasure. Let me prepare it for you.
Oh, that looks awesome. How much do I owe you?
That would be $10, ma'am.
PA, pay the Stardust Club $25.
Thank you, very generous of you. I am at your service anytime, Officer Wallace.
Did Mr. Bogdanov ever mention his relationships with his friends?
Sure, he was a man with connections.
What do you mean, connections?
It seemed that Mr. Bogdanov could connect with anybody. The man made friends like bees make honey.
Is that right?
Yeah, I called him the social butterfly. He could be at a different table each night. He could buddy up with even our most reserved clients here.
Very interesting to hear that. Which social group do your clients usually belong to?
They are mostly devotees, la crème de la crème of our union.
That's interesting. Do you know the HDI of Mr. Bogdanov?
Well, he never mentioned it, but he was a devotee, wasn't he?
As a matter of fact, he was a disciple with an HDI index of only 70.
Good one, Officer Wallace. I like your sense of humor.
I'm not trying to be funny.
What? I've been a bartender for 20 years. I know how to tell a devotee from a disciple.
You heard me right. The number is 70.
I'll be damned. He sure had me fooled. But how can you explain his comfortable manners with all the devotees? They don't tend to let you in their circle unless you are one of them.
Your guess is as good as mine. Was there anything in particular that Mr. Bogdanov liked about this place?
Well, of course there are me and my cocktails. But then again, I need to admit the main attractions are not behind the bar here.
Really? What are the main attractions?
We have fabulous dance shows at late hours. Officer Wallace and all of our clients watch these shows fervently.
Fervently? Any particular reason?
Sure, we have the best dancers in Eastern Europe.
What kind of dancers?
Oh, we have dancers with many different dancing styles. Modern, classical, exotic, you name it.
I should check them out sometime.
You are certainly welcome to, but you won't be as impressed as our male clientele.
And why not?
Because our dancers are exclusively women, and voluptuous they are.
Sounds very appealing, if you happen to be a man. Thanks for the information. I shouldn't take more of your time today, but I might come back with more questions later.
Certainly, Officer Wallace.
Hello again, big guy.
Excuse me, madame?
Oh, nothing. How are you today?
Fine. And you?
I'm marvelous.
Enjoy your time at the club.
Thanks, big guy. See you.
He's very tempting. Well, maybe when I'm done with my case. No, I've had enough of that dangerous creep. He is of no use to my investigation. Their slogans are so vivid and powerful. Hey, it only takes 3 numbers. Must be broken. Hey, it only takes 3 numbers. Must be broken. Fear not of chaos? Chaos is the most dangerous threat to our economic system. It just doesn't make sense. This has to be a malfunction of some sort. I don't need to go there anymore. The studies of Derek Fisher and his followers have clearly proven that all criminals have psychological imbalances that can be cured, and furthermore, imprisonment usually aggravates those imbalances. An ad for Amnesty Global. An ad for Amnesty Global.
That's the leading environmental society of the world. They predominantly operate within the rogue states.
No, I've had enough of that dangerous creep. He is of no use to my investigation.
It's locked. I shouldn't bother Ingrid. What's up, Julius?
Oh, Phoenix. How are you, dear?
I'm fine. How are the classes going?
Very good. I am certain that I will pass all of them this year.
Including the physical education classes?
Yes, them too. Can't you tell? I lost a lot of weight.
Yes, I can see that. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like you made enough progress just yet.
Oh, Phoenix, it is enough. I will pass all my classes and meet you at the security screening.
Right. You have to exercise a lot and study a lot before the security screening interview. You know.
Yes, Phoenix, I know.
Plus, I suggest you graduate soon, because the World Union Immigration and Naturalization Authority might be introducing a maximum age soon. Maximum age to enter the academies all around the world.
That does not matter, Phoenix. Adrianopolis Academy will never get rid of me, because I am an exception.
Julius, you know there are no exceptions in our system. Everybody gets treated fair and square.
No. I am an exception, because I have a big army.
Oh, brother. The nutty general talk again. See you later, Julius.
The armies of the mighty general took the enemy by surprise. They opened fire from every direction, slaughtering them within hours. It was a great victory for the general. His fame would endure forever.
Many of these books are left from the glory times of the great religions. Poor people. They didn't even have the right to choose their religion. Whereas now, people can choose the religion they want from thousands of New Age religion kits. There are many books here that are handwritten. In ancient times, people had to teach their kids to write by hand. It's so hard to believe. Wow, look at all those dusty books. I wonder if I can find anything useful here to translate that handwritten scribble. That looks like an ancient dictionary.
I should capture this image. Maybe I can use it to decipher the text I found behind Bogdanov's photo. I shouldn't bother the engineers. Poor novices. Most of them spend their entire savings on the Immigration Academy. I don't need to use that function right now. I don't need to use that function right now.
It's a name list, but who are these people? That's not my domain. I don't need to use that function right now. There. All done. There's always so much to do with these reports. I think it's time to report my findings to Chief Morrison. I have some important facts to discuss, Chief. As I was looking through a 2D photo album of Bogdanov's, I found this handwritten scribble behind one of the pictures. I managed to translate the scribbles, and they revealed a list of names.
A list of what names?
I didn't recognize any of them, Chief. Should I check them out?
No, it's probably just a list of his friends in Russia.
But some of the names appear to be World Union names, rather than Russian.
So what? We cannot access personal information of our citizens in absence of a proven link to our case.
I see your point, Chief. Chief, Bogdanov's scribble also contains a 7-digit number. I've no idea what it means.
What is it?
386-5959.
I don't know. But I'll get Julio to check our census databases. I only have a little time. Continue.
Fabian claims that Bogdanov was indeed a social butterfly. He even made friends easily with the devotee clientele of the Stardust Club. Fabian was very surprised to learn that Bogdanov was a disciple with an HDI of only 70.
What do you make of that, Phoenix?
I don't know, Chief. The description of Bogdanov I hear at the Stardust is fundamentally different from the descriptions I hear elsewhere.
And it's your job to determine which description accurately describes Bogdanov.
I know that, Chief, but this is becoming more confusing every day. I have nothing further to mention at this time.